People being upset about these recent remasters makes about as much sense to me as people being upset that, I don't know, Inception is coming to 4K Blu-ray. I really don't get why anyone cares enough to be upset. Like, did Inception need a 4K Blu-ray? Probably not, but it's cool that it's there for whoever wants it, I guess. It just doesn't affect me at all. Do you see what I'm saying? And I know what the 3 points that are brought up the most are, and what will probably be the top comments on this video, but I'm gonna go through them and explain why none of these make any sense. We don't want remasters, we want new games. Okay, sure, I get that, but a remaster coming out doesn't really affect the rate in which new games come out because the amount of resources required to make a remaster are very small. If it's being done in-house, it's usually used as a way to train new hires on how to use the proprietary software, like the game engine, or get accustomed to the company's workflow in a controlled environment that isn't going to slow down the pace of the production of new games. And if we're talking about Sony first-party games in particular, Sony acquired a company called Nixxes specifically to work on their PC ports and also help with the remasters so that it wouldn't put strain on the other first-party studios that are working on new games. This is just a money grab. How exactly is this a money grab? If you already have the game on PS4, it's only a $10 upgrade fee, and if you don't want to upgrade, you don't have to. No one's forcing you to spend any more money on this. If you do want to pay the $10, you get haptics, you get 3D audio, you get better lighting, you get stronger foliage density. They re-recorded 10 hours of motion capture cutscenes so that the conversations look better, like more on par with the way they were in Forbidden West. I don't know. I have no interest in replaying the game anytime soon, but if I did, I think that sounds reasonable for $10. I'd upgrade. And again, if you don't want to, no one's forcing you to. You don't have to upgrade. The original version's not going anywhere. Who even asked for this? I don't know, probably no one, but I just don't see how any of this is a negative. It's either a neutral or a positive. Because either you just don't care about it, in which case you don't need to get it and your life doesn't change at all, or one of these games that's getting a remaster you've never played and are going to play for the first time, and now you just have the option to play it in the best possible way that is going to make the game look as modern as it possibly can. Again, I'll relate this back to a 4K Blu-ray. If you already have Inception and it looks fine to you, you don't have to buy the 4K Blu-ray. But if you don't have Inception and you want it for your library and you have a 4K Blu-ray player, you might as well just pick up the 4K Blu-ray version. More options have never been a bad thing. And overall, I see it as a net positive for game preservation. If every generation, the old games receive an update to help them keep up visually or feature-wise and keep them in the public consciousness, more people are going to play these games for longer. There's a lot of games from the PS3, PS2, and PS1 that I wish had gotten the same kind of treatment granularly as we moved along, and they weren't so hard to come across now or were still in the public conversation. If you're upset about a ground-up remake, like that one I understand a lot more, but for a remaster, I really just don't understand why anyone cares enough to be upset.